Welcome back everybody, and this is the should you summon? Yeah, you should. There's the short answer out of the way, just a yeah. But if you want a long answer, don't worry, this won't be a 20 or 30 minute vid like I usually do. I think this one is like self-explanatory enough where, yeah, you probably should summon. It's really good, the banner. It's incredibly good if you haven't already watched other YouTubers vids, but yeah, it's incredibly good. Let's just go over the units real quick. Of course, Big Daddy A Amuro Hainu. It's incredibly good. From what I've seen, it's basically the Strike Freedom but better. It got a map attack, really good map attack, really good AoE. The EX hits like a truck, and the pilot abilities. Further you are from the enemy, up 20%. That's basically a given. And then just incredible abilities, 60% damage reduction and attack by 15%. Like, I'm sorry, the Zeta Glazers, but there's no way you're telling me that that thing is better than this. This thing just does everything. Spoiler alert, it's probably going to be #1 in the next tier list. I don't even have it, and I can tell how amazing it is just from other people using it and just from reading the kit. So obviously, yes, you should roll for this, and it's limited, so you might as well roll if you really like the Hainu. Also, the pilot is just too dummy thick. He's amazing. The Hainu gets an extra. This is just a broken ability, by the way. Damage 20%, and then chance step 1 time, just like Kira with the Strike Freedom. But when piloting Hainu, if Vigor is supercharged or higher, the max range of beam or special weapon is increased by 1. That's really good. I don't need to tell you how good that is. He basically has 6 range for free off the get-go. Nothing can hurt him, because they don't have the range to hurt him. So yeah, and he obviously wants to hit from further away, so he basically is given the key to life, key to success right off the get-go. The only thing you could argue is that he doesn't have the increased damage dealt, but Kira didn't have that either, and they're both pretty good units. So character skills, MP up, which he needs to get the vigor, so he already just has it right off the bat. He also has attack burst level 5 just like Kira, and the restore energy by 60% just in case your onslaught wasn't already over enough if they somehow survived. But yeah, he's incredibly good. His stats are good. Everything about him is good. They're like I said, sorry Zeta Glazers, but he defeats Zeta right out of the park. Also, that's a joke. Don't take it too far. That one guy that will comment, well, actually, Zeta. Yeah, I know. But Force Impulse, he seems like a really solid support. He's not limited, so keep that in mind. He can spook you. His EX attack has really good range. I salivate when I see range 1 to 5. Very nice. He also has defense down 35%. The only other AU unit that does that is the aerial, I believe. So he's basically on par with the aerial. They're kind of both doing the same thing. They both have attacks that have really good range, like 1 to 5, 1 to 5. He's pretty much a really good supporter, good debuffer, special weapons as well. If you're running him on like a fin funnel team or something, he can work really well in there. He also has a new ability, which is the hip restoration energy recovery level 1. Restore our own HP and energy by 5% at the start of every turn. And he has damage reduction by physical weapons and increased mobility by 15%. A pretty solid, really solid kid. Also has really good terrain. What more is there to say? They pretty much gave him another. He's pretty much the support you want to have, like the perfect example of a good support. He can help really well, and he seems really solid as well. Obviously, he's not going to do groundbreaking numbers, but that's not a supporter's job. They're there to support, and I love my base defense reduction, no specific. So yeah, if you don't have the aerial, I say this guy is really good. He's a really good pick. So Bright Noah and Rock Calcium. If you're going to grind Nichar's counterattack, the free-to-play one, this guy's going to work incredibly well with them. He's also obviously going to work well with the High Nu. Put all them together in one team and you're going to have a really fun time. Yeah, he can work. He seems like a really good supporter at the moment. He's a little bit niche, but that's perfectly fine because like most, if not all of his units are incredibly good. Let's just look at the tag real quick. Like I said, there's also the Salzabi as well. Pretty much all the free-to-play charge counterattack. I thought the Nightingale and the Salzabi were there, but I guess not, huh? Oh well. You can still like replace them with like this guy and all that. This guy is basically the Nightingale, but with slightly more attack. But yeah, there's not a lot of options, but pretty much all your options are good. A base defense damage dealer, defense damage reduction. I mean, Salzabi. I know a lot of people got Salzabi through this banner, the Salzabi curse, the curse of Salzabi. High Nu is a really good defender. New Gundam is a really good attacker. Full armor double Zeta is probably like top 3 free to play, top 5 in my opinion. Yeah, really good. Psycho Gundam as well. It's also like top 5 free to play option. Very niche team, but obviously, you know, obviously the High Nu, the New Gundam, the Glazer, the Zeta Glazer, everyone loves it. Yeah, this team, it might not be big. You also have the O and all that. Oh, you also have Red Zeta, which is another base damage, 35% defense reduction if you don't have Lucian. You have a lot of, there's not a lot of options, but the options you do have are pretty much like top tier. Same with the Cubile as well. So yeah, it's a really good team. Not a lot of units, but it has a lot of top tier units. Salzabi, it's been since the beginning of the game. It's incredibly good. If you have this unit, you know how good he is. Double chance step, some pretty high attack, not in like crazy high attack. There's going to be other units that help damage him, but he is still like incredibly good even to this day. Power creep is still not a thing in this game yet, not in my opinion at least. There's still, you know, a use for any units if you like SP them and level them up. So yeah, this guy's still incredibly good. If you don't get the High Nu, he's going to be a decent substitute. He won't do all the crazy shenanigans a High Nu does, but he's basically the proto version of the Strike Freedom and the High Nu. Before there was a High Nu and Strike Freedom, there was this guy, and he still holds up incredibly well. So he ain't no slouch, that's for sure. Really good pick. All these have been good picks, by the way. There is no bad picks on this banner. Resin Shinners, Geara Doga. Increase attack by 10%, increase critical damage by 5%, which is meh. When vigor is super higher, increase own attack and defense by 7%. Not the highest, not the worst. Her pilot doesn't have any way to get her vigor up though, so you basically, you know, need to have a pilot with vigor up, or you know, just defeat enemies, I guess. Sternfaust will hit pretty hard at max level. 5400 is not bad, but there's free to plays at that level which have more better kits and all that. Terrain is not bad, really good stats as well, but this is at max upgrade, so you know, you gotta get a max upgrade, otherwise it won't be doing that much. It's a meh choice. The pilot is the best thing about it. The suit is a little bit meh. I can't click on the pilot. We'll go to the pilot after this, I guess. Okay, you check it right here. No, for some reason it only lets me check the suit. Next to the... We'll check the pilots after. Next is the Gunner Zaku. I don't like what they did with the Gunner Zaku with Lunamario in this game. You know, the Gunner Zaku is meant to snipe 2 to 4 range only. Sorry, buddy. I guess she wasn't sniping that far, you know. But it is a decent supporter. It can reduce beam weapons up 30% at max level, and the second weapon is a base defense down. Nothing crazy. It's alright if you don't have a good beam defense reduction. If you're running like a Sea Destiny team or any team that it's on. Let's check the teams real quick. An alternative series, one shot killer, you know, really popular team. If you don't have a beam, if you don't have freedom, or you know, and all that. You don't have a good beam defense reduction unit. I guess this is a decent choice. Also, the pilot is really good. We'll talk about the pilots, like I said, after, because for some reason, let me check here. Blade Zaku Phantom. It's an alright defender. Let's look at the abilities real quick. Flick attack defense down 25%, that's decent. And then decrease beam weapon power by 25% on the enemy. And my Hirakushiki full armor vid, which I still haven't uploaded during the time of this recording, or maybe I have, I don't know. It's still on mobile hotspot, but I said that was the only unit that had a new ability like this. Nope, there is like 2 other units that can do this, so who knows if this is going to be like the new meta, like attack debuff. But it's really nice to have options, and this is one of those options. So decrease beam weapon power. In my video with the full armor Hirakushiki, we go over that. I'm pretty impressed by the little gimmick. It's a fun little gimmick. Is it meta? I'm not sure, but it's an option, that's for sure. And this thing has that option as well, so it's always nice to see. Increase max HP by 10%, increase mobility by 5% when hip is 50% or below, increase defense by 10%. I think it kind of just reminds you of the GPO1 chip open armor, which is not bad, but it's not like crazy. I don't really like these lower than 50% defense up, because it's still not going to save you from like the next attack. So, you know, it's alright, decent. The new attack debuff gimmick is always nice to see, so hopefully they keep doing that. Who knows, maybe it might be meta. In my full armor Hirakushiki video, we go over that, so if you want to watch that video whenever I upload it, you decide how useful it is. We'll go over the pilot as well. This is Ray. Character skills is reduce damage taken by 15%, always nice. And then a random attack burst level 3. That's really good. Like, he has either option. I would have preferred like sway or something, but I guess he wants to do a little bit of both. And he has increased awaken by 30%, which is really high. And then something that is really good when piloting units from specified series, support defense 1 time. And guess who is a popular suit that is a defender, and you know, people want to build up. Let me go to it real quick. No, it was right there. It is the Destiny. Ironically, he is probably the perfect pilot for the Destiny, weirdly, because the Destiny increased defense by 10%. He also has the base damage reduction. So yeah, this guy is going to go probably better with this suit than he is with the Ray suit, because he will also get the, you know, extra chance with this thing. This thing also has decreased physical weapon power by 50%. I think it's the only unit that does that in the game, I believe, physical weapon. So that could possibly be pretty niche, but I guess technically if he is facing a physical weapon opponent, it would be like a 45% damage reduction piloted with the Ray. Yeah, Ray's best suit is probably going to be this guy if you grind him up. Really good combo I see right there if you have both of them. So that is Ray. And the Gunner Zaku, also very, like, none of these are bad. Well, maybe the Res is a little bit meh. Lunamar is a little bit meh. The suit, it's mostly the pilots that are like incredibly good. We'll go over the Gunner Zaku next. Gunner Zaku, it's basically like the Lunamar. They both kind of do the same thing, but they switch it around. Like, this one is defense down 30% on base, and then beam weapons up 20%. They basically just switch the abilities. So if you don't have a good, you know, base defense damage reduction, you can run this guy. Fortunately, he is not on one-shot killer. He's on unstoppable, so they're a little bit wacky. If you're running a full C Destiny team, it'll be fine, but you know, they're not completely on the same tags and all that. But it's really good. It's solid. It's good for a supporter. The skills are pretty meh, but hip condition is very fine. I like it more when it's above, not below. So base 15% attack right there is really good. So another really solid supporter if you're running like a C Destiny team and all that. But if you have like, you know, the Force Impulse, I don't see any point in using him, since he's basically trying to do what he's trying to do, but Force Impulse does it better. So there is that. Slash Zaku, it's an attacker. Its range is pretty meh, only 1 to 3. It seems like it'll hit pretty hard though with that beam axe. Let's see what it does. The lower your remaining HP, I hate those, but it's 15%, so I guess if you get caught, there you go. This should have been the ability with the beam axe, but I guess they gave it to the long range weapon. It makes sense. But let's check his abilities. Increase attack by 10%, increase accuracy by 5%. I mean, when HP is 50% or below, increase attack by 15%. So you want this guy to get hit, basically. If he survives a hit, if he doesn't get one shot, and mostly all the end game bosses will either one shot you or leave you with like a slimmer of health. So that's why I don't really like these lower than 50% HP, like these lower HP requirements, because attackers don't have the best defense. So he might get caught and he might get one shot. So, but in theoretical sense, like, and there is other attackers that basically do that, do his job but better without no HP requirements. So yeah, in a perfect world, if you do get all of the passives, he's gonna hit pretty hard. But you know, I just don't like these HP requirements. But he's an option, I suppose. Pretty solid pick. Let's go over the Gundam. Gundam is also a defender, no pilot, weirdly, even though it's Neo Roanoke. I guess he was busy, you know. But range is pretty meh, only up to 3. Let's see his abilities. Inflict attack down 30% on the enemy. Very decent. And decrease physical weapon power by 20%. Well, I guess I'm a liar, because I guess he reduces physical weapon power by 20%. So if you already have the Destiny, I don't see any reason to use this guy. This guy is basically a slightly worse version. He basically has the exact same skills other than evasion 5%. So I guess he is an option. But if you already have like the Destiny again, which is a free-to-play option, I don't see any point in this guy. So, well, I guess the option. There's also the SR Murasame. I mean, it's an SR. He has a really good... Oh, I thought that was 5. Never mind. Inflict damage taken from B weapons up 20%. Pretty meh overall, but he's an SR. What more is there to say? Pretty cool looking unit though. Not the best though, but you know, it comes with the territory. Marin, she buffs C Destiny. She's like the only unit that can run a full C Destiny team, supporter I mean. So if you really wanted to run a C Destiny team, she's perfect. She also has energy restorations for all those beam spammers, you know, if you needed more energy. So really good ship if you really want to run a C Destiny team. And guess what, there's a lot of free to play C Destiny units to get, and there's a lot of C Destiny units on this banner. So I do recommend at least getting one copy of her if you do plan on making a C Destiny team. And then Chan Aggie as a final, you know, supporter. This is going to be perfect for the free-to-play Char's counterattack team. If you do make all of them together, this is going to be perfect for them. Or if you just have the URs, this is also going to be perfect as well. It's going to be really good. A lot of like really free-to-play friendly if you have her. Really good option, good energy restoration. So if you do plan on grinding the whole Char's counterattack team, she's going to be really good. At least grab like one copy. We'll go over the pilots and then we'll call it there. See where they are. I did level them up because Lunamara my girl. So let's go over Resin. Her suit is pretty meh, but her abilities are pretty good. Sway is always good for an attacker, like every single time. High speed is alright. And then her abilities, she has really good abilities. Increase own damage dealt by 15%, increase range by 15%, and then when piloting a Neo Zeon unit, damage dealt to enemies by 10%, reduce damage by 10%. She's basically getting like a 45 damage percentage right off the get-go, and her range is like really high because of her ability. So if you're wondering, like, I think the Nightingale is a better suit for her than her base unit. Nightingale is going to be perfect for. I run her with Nightingale. You can also run her with the Salzabi, but you know, obviously you want to run that with the Char UR. So she's a really good pilot for the Nightingale if you want to grind it, or the Salzabi supporter. That can also work. But yeah, she's really good. I use her a lot in my grinding. Would definitely recommend at least one copy just for the pilot. And then my girl, Little Maria, she's kind of similar to Ray. They both have double chance steps. She is a double chance step supporter, which is always good to have the variety and all that, especially for a supporter. She also has the awaken reaction by 15%, which is alright. Her skills are pretty meh though. Lock on is meh. Restore energy by 40% is decent, but I would have preferred at least like an attack burst or something. And here's what really pisses me off, you know, it's not that deep, but her range is lower than her melee. Come on guys, this is her when she piloted the Gunner Zaku, not when she used the Impulse, when she was more melee focused. I didn't see her pull out the Glock, axe 5000 and slice up all the enemies. She was sniping. Come on, she was sniping, my guys. Give her lower range attack. I don't know, it's weird. Maybe someone in the comments would be like, well, she sliced up that one enemy that one time, so I guess she's a melee unit. Kind of weird. Really good abilities, but I don't really like her kit and all that. A little bit weird, but she's still a very solid pick if you're running a Sea Destiny team. So that is basically everything. If you skipped to this part, if you watched it all, yes, you should summon on the banner. Hainu is potentially the best unit in the game. Again, sorry Zeta Glazers, I love you. It's just a joke, it's just a joke. Force Impulse, we'll overview everything. Hainu is potentially best unit in the game. Force Impulse, really good debuffer. Bride is a really good supporter for new type machines like Salzabi, Hainu, etc. Resin, Geara Doga is a little bit mad, but her pilot is pretty good. Luna Mario suit, pretty decent, but her pilot is also pretty good. Not great, but you know, pretty decent. Ray's suit is decent, but his pilot is going to be amazing with the Destiny, so if you want to build that up, you need this guy as the pilot. It's just going to help you a lot more. They're kind of made for each other, ironically. Gunner Zaku, decent supporter if you need one for the Sea Destiny team. If you don't have freedom, well, if you don't have like any good supporter, I suppose. Slash Zaku seems like he'll hit very hard, but I don't like his HP restriction. Windham is just a worse Destiny, so but if you really want to use him, go ahead. Morisame is an SR, you know, they're decent. It's decent, but it's not gonna blow your mind. If you want to run a Sea Destiny team, I think she's like a given. One shot kill and mostly seed suits as well, but like if you want like a full Sea Destiny team or don't have the Lacus Eternal, she's a very good option. And then Chan is going to be a very good option for the free-to-play Char's counterattack team, and just pretty much any unit from this banner like the Salzabi and all that. Lots of good variety along with the free-to-play full armor Hirakushiki and all that, and there are more like MSV units that work with this ship as well. We'll look at it real fast. Like, look at all the, well, it's not big obviously, but there is some very good option. Pretty much all the free-to-play Char's counterattack team. This Gelgoog is pretty decent. The new Gundam, the Hainu, these kind of meh units, but you know. But yeah, that is basically should you summon. I think so. If you like the Hainu and all, these are incredibly good banner, a lot of bang for your buck. So that's basically about it, guys. Tell me your opinion and all that. Did I say something dumb? Did I offend the Zeta Glazers? Don't put down your pitchfork, buddy. We'll move him up the tier list in the next video. Don't worry, I've seen the comments. But yeah, that is about it, guys. Take care.